We've been scared to sing out loud, but we don't care no more, 'cause we know life is short. We don't care who hears us now. Breathe it in and let it out. Let it out. Breathe it in and let it out. Let it out. Yeah, come on, let it out. Are you holding on? Are you up against those ropes? 'Cause I know how it feels to lose the hope. Are you holding in? Well, come on, let it out. Take a breath and let it out. From the day we were born, we're scarred and torn. We've been scared to sing out loud, but we don't care no more, 'cause we know life is short. We don't care who hears us now. Breathe it in and let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Yeah, come on, let it out. Let it out. Breathe it in and let it out.
The reason I decided to go on trek was because even though I knew it would be hard, I knew that I would get the blessings from working hard, and I thought it would be fun to make connections with some of the other people in the stake.
I had the opportunity actually to go when I was 8, and just feeling that spirit when I was such a young age just made me realize that if I'm older, I get to feel that experience and maybe understand a little bit more of what truly happened with the pioneers.
It was an experience that I wanted to see. I've heard so many people talk about it, and my friends were always just talking about how it was the most spiritual experience that they've had.
I'm technically the first pioneer in my family because we moved here 4 years ago, and I never had any type of ancestry or pioneers who walked the plank or anything, so I wanted to know how it felt like.
I wanted to understand what they did for us because we learned about them, but we did not understand how great was their sacrifice.
On trek, we were assigned to different families. We were able to meet new people, and my mom and pa, we decided to play games to get to know each other better, and mornings we would do devotionals together, and our pa would share some really emotional stories that made me realize how thankful we are to be right here, to be together, and to be grateful for what our pioneers did for us.
We are put in families for a reason, and I know that even in Trek we had families that were supposed to be there to raise and support us.
One of the more memorable moments would have been when we were able to share our pioneer stories with our Trek families, kind of get to know some of the ancestors and what they were able to do in their lives while they were there.
I'm privileged enough to have a family where it's just my mom, and we all the kids have to put in our work wherever we need to.
Okay, Bunnies Experience. Oh, there's been so many. I think it's been with Nate Southam and with I think it's the corn toss game. We don't really play the game, we just kind of throw it as hard as we can at each other, which is fun.
I think it'll be fun just to kind of relax and let loose after working all day.
And the Hoedown, I suck at dancing and I forget every dance move, so I'm looking forward to messing up 24/7. That's okay.
We were able to hear a devotional from some people, and after the devotional was over, someone started to sing Praise to the Man, and that just made me burst into tears again, and everyone started to cry because it's just so incredible and the Spirit is so strong on Trek.
The most spiritual experience that I've had so far is at the beginning of Trek. Actually, it was before we even started walking. My Ma Lord, she had a pill vial that she had in her pocket, and she went to find it, and it wasn't in her pocket anymore. And she looked, and my pa looked, and no one could find anything. It wasn't there, no matter how hard they tried. And we all got together, and he's like, "We need to say a prayer." And so we all prayed together, and then literally right after we finished the prayer, we picked up a bag, and it was in there, and they had already looked through all the bags, and it was just amazing to see the hand of the Lord.
Pioneers, they'd have to cross the Sweetwater River, and a lot of people would die because the water was just so cold. And so there are 3 men that carried other people across the river, and so we did that to signify what they did for the others.
We had the young men go forward before the young women and also the leaders, and then they came back to get us, and we could either ride on their back or just be escorted.
The Sweetwater crossing, I was carried by Oppie. He wouldn't let my feet touch the water.
Someone from my ward carried me across, and it was just like, it was really touching to see that, like, even though everybody's tired, they still had the strength to pick us up and carry us.
I understood the purpose because we talked about some men that sacrificed their lives for people to get to Zion. And today we have these men. They are our leaders, our parents. They are willing to sacrifice everything for us.
The women's pull to me was probably the most touching part of Trek. Fortunately, we were able to have a little devotional before we watched the women, and some great testimonies were shared, and it just made me realize about all the women in my life that have made the biggest sacrifices that anybody else in the world wouldn't want to make for you, but they do it.
We talk a lot about our mothers, about their sacrifice for us, and this is something that is really important for me because my mother did a lot of sacrifice for me.
It was really spiritual though during the testimony meeting when one of the boys were giving their testimonies and just kind of showing and telling their their lives and how their moms have affected their lives, and just what examples they set for them. And that was really something that really hit me close to home.
The women's pool was significant because a lot of women, when they were pioneering, their husbands would die or they'd have to go on a mission. And so it would just be the women that would have to go, and they'd have to make the journey by themselves. And so we did the women's pool to kind of like give respect and signify what they did.
And when we turned around this corner, we saw all the men lined up, and they all had their hats off and over their hearts, and they were just kind of honoring and recognizing the things that we had done.
We said a prayer right before we went up the last hill, and that like really hit me because I think the prayer like really gave us the strength to like make it up that last hill.
The spirit was just there, and it was so strong, and it was like, and when you got to the, like when you could see the young men waiting for us at the top of the hill, it was just overwhelming of joy, and that the spirit was there, and that you just kind of had to cry a little bit.
When the young men and all the men were standing up the hill, it reminded me of this personal trial that I was going through, and I was able to like look back at that time and think about how much I know that the guys were looking at us and they wanted to help us so bad. They just wanted to run to us and get these carts and pull with us, but they couldn't. That reminded me of our Heavenly Father. He knew that I was going through a rough patch, and He wanted to help me, but He couldn't, because He wanted me to get better at it, because I would be able to be strong if I go through this trial. And I'm really grateful for that, and that just made me realize how much He loves His daughters.
It just touches you, because you know that like they're special people on this planet, and they need all the care they can get, and they know that as daughters of our Heavenly Father, they can accomplish anything they want in this world.
My testimony, I can say that it grew in the track.
It's such an awesome experience. Like, I've never felt the spirit so like strong in my life.
It changed me. It changed my way of thinking about things. It changed my way to act.
One of the biggest parts of living this gospel is service.
Just trying to be as kind and as willing to serve as I can.
The greatest thing you can do in your life is to give up your own life for someone you love.
I know that the pioneers, they did something really great for us.
And I know that the pioneers, they sacrificed a lot for us to come here.
I'm really grateful for everything that this gospel has given me and my family.
I know that the Lord knew that there is a better plan for us, and I know that He knows what's best for us, and He wants us to be happy and to be safe.
It's just that God's always watching over you, and like even if you don't necessarily think that He's paying attention, He really is.
And I really feel like our Heavenly Father has been there for us, and that we have received a lot of blessings even though it's been hard.
And it's something that I will always and forever be grateful for.